What if the most famous shipwreck in human history is not silent? And what if something down there is still trying to be heard?
4,000 meters below the Atlantic, where sunlight has never existed, where pressure can crush steel like paper.
The remains of Titanic lie in darkness. But tonight, we are not just visiting a wreck.
Far above, the world of light continues, unaware of the darkness below.
To reach the past, we must fall nearly 4 kilometers into the deep.
Here, the pressure is more than 6,000 pounds on every inch of steel.
Beyond this depth, sunlight no longer belongs to Earth. In the deep ocean, distance is measured not in meters, but in silence. After nearly an hour of falling, the bottom of the Atlantic finally appears.
For decades, this place was only a theory on a map. And then, something appears that does not belong to nature. The most famous shipwreck in history, finally seen again.
Here, more than 1,500 lives came to rest in silence.
The ship that once carried dreams across the Atlantic now rests in complete darkness.
Bacteria are slowly consuming the steel, turning history into dust. Where laughter once echoed, only silence remains. Somewhere nearby, a life ended without farewell. Names, stories, entire futures erased in a single night.
The moment the ship's heart finally broke is still written in steel.
Beyond this darkness,
more than a wreck, this place has become a memorial. Even here, time has never stopped moving.
in recent years, faint acoustic patterns have been recorded near the wreck. Not voices, not machinery, but patterns the ocean does not easily explain.
And yet, the wreck itself remains completely still.
To understand the silence below, we must return to the night it began.
April 14th, 1912. The largest moving object ever built, crossing a silent ocean.
On board, the night felt ordinary.
Safe. Certain.
But ahead, something waited, unseen. Not a crash, but a wound, opening slowly beneath the waterline. Within minutes,
they kept the lights burning so others might live.
and then gravity finished what the ice had begun. In a single moment, the lights disappeared. More than 1,500 souls followed it into the deep. And the ocean closed, as if nothing had happened.
More than a century later, the silence remains.
But the silence is not always complete. And still, the ocean keeps its distance. Patterns repeating without explanation.
Some believe the wreck itself is speaking as it slowly disappears.
But others are not so certain.
We have mapped the surface of distant planets, yet much of our own ocean remains unknown.
And once more, the deep becomes silent.
If the ocean
The next expedition will listen more closely.
Because some signals are only the beginning.
Long after the story ends, the ocean continues.
Somewhere far above, morning has already begun. Even giants become invisible with time.
Down here, time passes without memory.
While we live our lives, the deep waits unchanged.
The ocean is never truly still.
and sometimes a question remains.
Curiosity is how every journey begins.
And the next descent is already waiting.
Long after the story ends, the ocean continues.
In the silence that followed, the ocean kept everything.
Even the ship's name is slowly disappearing. Beyond these openings, time has stopped completely. What survived the night cannot survive forever. Even here, life continues. And beyond this place, the ocean stretches without memory.
Sometimes the water itself seems to answer.
And then, nothing again.
Year after year, the ship returns to the Earth.
The ship did not fall alone. It shattered across the sea floor. What is missing feels heavier than what remains.
The ocean is not a grave, but a living world.
Here, human history becomes very small.
Somewhere far above, life continues without knowing.
And still, it waits. Some stories are not finished, only waiting to be heard again. To understand the deep, we first learn to listen.
Every meter of darkness must be measured, piece by piece.
The ocean hides its history just beneath the surface.
The ship did not sink whole. It broke apart in darkness.
Between these fragments lies the moment of destruction.
Even the ocean floor remembers the fall.
Some places inside remain forever unexplored.
Not every mystery is meant to be entered.
Time settles gently, even after catastrophe.
And sometimes the silence moves.
The instruments detect it, but cannot explain it. Geology, metal fatigue, distant currents, all considered. The ocean offers no answers, only presence.
Even the deepest night carries light.
We wait, hoping the ocean will speak again.
But the deep keeps its silence.
And the question remains.
To understand the signal, we must return to the silence where it was born.
Every return to this place feels closer than before.
The journey stopped here forever.
Here, voices once filled the night.
Even steel remembers the night it failed. The deeper we look, the farther the past seems. Down here, movement is measured in years.
Someone once held this with
Some moments never truly end.
And then, something moves again. The pattern returns, clearer this time. Intervals repeating with precision. Currents, quakes, shifting metal, none align perfectly. The answer may still lie here.
So we wait and listen.
The signal is coming from somewhere ahead. Beyond this point, no map exists. And there, at the edge of silence, something waits. Beyond the wreck, the ocean becomes something else entirely. A light where no light should exist.
Not a creature, not anything alive. We move closer, though every instinct says to stop.
And then a shape appears.
It does not belong to the ship.
No one is prepared for what we are seeing. The closer we come, the less we understand. Untouched by time or the sea. Nothing in our records matches this. As if it were breathing.
Next to this, even Titanic feels small.
Every second must be captured.
The signal is growing stronger.
And then it stops. And beyond it, something even deeper waits.
Our link to the surface begins to fail.
This may be the only proof we ever have.
And just as suddenly, it is gone.
The light is simply gone.
If the data remains, then it was real.
But the image will not hold.
No explanation. And no words.
We return to what we understand.
The past remains exactly where we left it.
Did we truly see it, or only want to? As if those moments never happened.
The sea keeps no record of wonder. But silence is never complete.
Waiting for something to return.
and nothing comes.
Some answers remain below.
The ship returns to silence. Between surface and abysses, we carry only questions.
Morning waits.
The boundary between worlds passes silently.
After hours in darkness, light feels unfamiliar.
Light above does not answer what we saw below.
Contact restored.
Surface control, requesting status.
Dive complete. Returning to surface.
Some discoveries resist language.
The world of air waits just above. After the abyss, the sun feels unreal. Air, after hours of pressure and dark.
The simplest breath becomes extraordinary.
What did you find down there? Is everything all right?
They ask what we found.
And we hesitate.
What we saw must now be examined. And suddenly, the question belongs to everyone.
From the deep ocean to the entire world.
Questions travel faster than truth.
And the sea remains unchanged.
Every ending begins in silence. The same stars still watch this ocean.
Some journeys never truly leave.
Because the truth rests below. Depth without boundary.
Still waiting where it fell.
Now, only silence remains. Even time grows quiet here.
Laughter carried away by the sea.
If something called to us, will it call again?
We leave, but the story stays.
Hidden once more by the sea.
between darkness and light. Every descent carries a return. And the world continues. Unchanged by everything below.
But we will remember.
Every journey returns to silence. Some lights never truly disappear. Because beneath every memory lies the deep.
Silence, older than memory.
Still resting where the ocean placed it.
Time moves even here.
If something called from the deep,
we leave, carrying only questions. Hidden again by the sea. Between darkness and light.
Every descent holds a return.
And the world continues on.
But memory remains.
breathing without memory.
If the deep is truly silent,
then what still calls from below?
The ocean keeps its secrets.
some mysteries are only the beginning.